Danica Allen, your final high school race,
Yes.
My goodness gracious. Sub 11 minutes, first time in your career.
Yeah.
You had the biggest smile on your face
Yeah.
crossing that finish line. Take me through not just the race, but really the final 80 meters.
Yeah, I mean, we just practice every day, like in practice and in training the whole time, just our final finishing kicks. Like, we start at the 300, we mentally prepare at the 600, and I think just like the repetitiveness of practicing that, like in all of our workouts and everything, is just like it's what I'm able to translate it into the race. So.
Now, the 3200 really wasn't your race until this spring. What made you decide to really focus on this event?
Yeah, I mean, I came from soccer 2 years ago, and so I kind of always just focused on like the 800 and the mile and the shorter stuff. And now that I've had more experience like running cross country and racing and everything, I've been able to kind of do the longer stuff with much more confidence. So yeah.
After the mile on Thursday, I know you took a spill early on in that race. What was your strategy going into this race 48 hours later?
I mean, with like the mile and like it kind of definitely didn't go the way I wanted it to. It hasn't really all year. I just like, this is my, like you said, last high school race ever. I had nothing to lose, and so I was just, able to put it all out there, and that was kind of my mentality of like, didn't matter what had happened up until this point, just like to push myself.
The weather's pretty favorable for distance
Yes.
running today,
Yes, it is.
unlike yesterday's
Yes.
pretty
Yeah.
scorchous weather. What was your strategy personally for this race, given a lot of familiar faces from cross country?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of like you said, I know a lot of these people. I've run against these people at state before, and just kind of like trusting myself and trusting like my training, and like knowing that I was able to compete with them, even though like I know a lot of the girls in the race against each other like all year in their district and their league, and I don't get that all the time. And so just like trusting myself and like my coach, like knowing that I belong on the start line.
Did you ever believe that you would run under 11 minutes in the 32?
I mean, I've always thought about it, but for it to actually happen is like amazing. Yeah.
When did you feel like you still had enough left in the tank to make that final push to get second?
Honestly, at 800, I was like, I honestly feel pretty good. I'm gonna like, still be patient because there were still, 2 laps left. But I think I knew like at the 4, I was gonna be able to. I figured she'd make a move, obviously, because it's the finishing kick. But I figured that I felt like I could match it and eventually like pass her. So. Yeah.
Are you known for your kick?
Sometimes I think maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I've had some good ones, and like we just practice it all the time, and so yeah, I have confidence in it for sure.
Have you ever been this happy after a race?
I don't know. Probably not. This is my best state performance like ever. So yeah, no, I don't know. This is a tough one to match for sure.
Well done. Congratulations,
Thank you so
kid.
much.
You look like a winner, state champion. You probably imagined this moment, winning your first state title. What are you feeling right now?
It's honestly a dream come true. I mean, that 1600, I was so bummed it was right there, and to have it all come to fruition is the 32 was really awesome.
What was your strategy coming into the race, and how do you feel like you stuck with and executed it?
Yeah, it was kind of similar to what I did. I was planning on going at close to like 600, but Cooper was just moving so fast, I figured I probably wouldn't be able to hold him off if I started at 600. So I kind of went at 300 there, and it turned out working really well for me.
The leaders were pushing the pace consistently throughout it. You kept kind of right in contact there. Did you ever doubt your ability to still have that kick at the end, or did you feel really comfortable?
There were a couple times throughout the race where I was like, we're definitely moving really fast. I mean, we were on sub 9 pace for most of the race, and we were moving. I kind of thought back during the race though to other times where I've been racing the 32, and just knowing that I have the ability to stick with it and finish that race at the same pace. And kind of did the same thing today.
When did you feel like you had it in the bag?
Coming down at about the 50. Normally, I can hear people coming up behind me, or the crowd starts going wild when someone's coming, and it seemed like I could tell Cooper was a little bit farther behind me, so I was really excited to be like, oh my gosh, I actually could win this.
And what was that experience like to cross that finish line, raise your hands, and then get those hugs from the people that came here to support you?
It was really awesome. I've worked really hard for this, and to have it all come out and actually turn out well and be able to win today was really special.
And how thankful are you that we got this perfect running weather, cool and rainy after how hot it was yesterday?
I know, yeah, the weather turn was really, really nice for today. I mean, to have to race in 80 would have sucked, and to be able to have the kind of nice overcast rain really, really made the day all even better.
Finally, how's this experience rank among your best running experiences?
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I mean, winning a state title, there's nothing like it. Compared to other races, the 16, I definitely felt a little bit more comfortable in this compared to that. I was like, could not walk after that 16. It was bad. But to be able to come through, and yeah, it's definitely one of my top running experiences.
You finished second in the 800. That looked like a very competitive race. How do you feel about how you ran in that one?
I was really happy with how the 800 went. Going into it, all the times were like a couple, like a second or so apart. So I knew it was going to be a really tight race. And I just kind of wanted to get out and sit and kick and just see what I could do. And I'm really happy with how it went because I did exactly that. So it was a super fun race. And that's the most competitive ones are the most fun ones, and it's super competitive. So,
do you feel like your 400 and your sprint training gives you a bit of an advantage there in the final home stretch? Because that's where you kind of were separating.
Yeah, for sure. That's like what people say is like my specialty is like kicking at the end, and I totally agree with that. And I think it definitely is because of the 400 that I have that ability, like that extra like kick in my legs, because I'm used to the lactic at the end. So it's super fun, super helpful to do like the more sprinting side of the 8, because I also do cross country, so I have like the best of both worlds, the endurance and the sprints. So
what's the most challenging part of doing the 400-800 double? It's not a double that many people do, and you don't have a lot of time to recover.
Yeah, it's definitely hard because for most meets there are a couple of, well, for dual meets they're like 30 or something minutes apart, so I never do the double at duals, but like at meets like here, you just can't escape the lactic. Even if like I went out for like a 30-minute shakeout run after the 8, still felt so much lactic during that 4, but it's rough, but it's fun.
Yeah, you're capping your career here. You still have the 4x400,
yes.
But what are you relishing? What do you hope to take from this weekend and just kind of being able to soak it all in?
Just the experience of it all. Like just being able to like come out here and run. Like a lot of people don't get to do that, and it's super. I mean, it's rewarding to like look out at the crowd, and not many people are out. Like they're not all here to watch you, but they're watching your race. Like it's just such a fun experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Awesome.